All right. Ooh, welcome to the stream. How are we doing, everybody? My name's Shane. Thank you for joining me today. I hope you had a wonderful week. It is Friday. It is 8 o'clock. I'm a little bit behind schedule, but that's okay because it's Friday. Thank you for joining us. And today we have a new subject. I think I might have mentioned it last week, and it's quite interesting. So I saw last week when I was down by the pond, I saw a mink, and they're incredibly cute. Now, I don't know if this was something I talked about on the stream like a year ago or something, but I was driving along in my car and someone had hit a mink on the road, and I pulled over and, without going into too much detail, managed to get the mink with a broken leg, what I thought was a broken leg, definitely broken back part of his body, into a box, because if I left it on the road, one more car going over it would have killed it. And it was right in the tire tracks. So I picked him up and I brought him home and I put him in our shed, which, having chickens is not the best idea. However, I just couldn't, it's too cute, it was suffering, and apparently they're evil little bastards, but so I didn't know any of these things at the time. I didn't even know it was a mink. I just thought it was a furry little animal. Okay, let's see if we can bring it home and you know, give it some food and give it somewhere quiet and see if it will learn to walk again. Like maybe it was just stunned, or anyway. Turns out the next day the mink died, and I worked out it was a mink. And then we buried it because it was dead, and we did a sky burial, and I think the fox that lives around here ate it, so he went back into the food system. Anyway, last week I was walking with Haku, our little doggy. I don't know if you can see him back there on the couch curled up asleep. Look at that little baby. He's curled up back there just behind my shoulder on this side, and there. So we found one. We were just standing by the pond quietly. He's chewing away on some grass, and one just came running across a log and ran up in front of me. And when it ran in front of us because we were so quiet, and it ran in front of me, and I said, "Hey!" And then it was like, "Wow!" And then ran back the other way and ran across the log again and hid under a big pile of branches. But then, funnily enough, I've never seen one before here. And then this week I was walking Haku down by our lake, which is a bit further away from us, and we saw another one. So I figure it's time to do a mink drawing for today. So I have collected the reference board. I have sent the reference board into the chat for you to have a look at. Now, I am not 100% sure that this is a mink. It was all brown. But we'll have a look. I've got a whole bunch of references here for us to have a look at. They're very similar to weasels and ermines, and I've got some anatomy stuff here. I've also got some stuff that talks about the difference between the creatures. So we're going to do some kind of weasel, mink, ermine, something today. And if you haven't been here before, welcome. My name's Shane. I'm from JR Art Lab, and we do all kinds of digital workshops. So check out our website, www.jrartlab.com. If you like what we do, you can contact us. My email's on the next screen. We have digital painting, graphic design, 3D printing, 3D sculpting and modeling. We have photography, filmmaking, script writing, podcasting, any kind of number of digital world creative activities that we help people to learn and coach them in. Now, it might be something you're already good at, but you just would like to have someone to coach you to improve. It might be that you want to join, your kids might want to join a group class, you might want to do an activity with your kids, but whatever it is, we do groups and private sessions. Check out the website. Please also like and subscribe and share the video. Just click that little share button, the like button. It really does help us out with the algorithm, because Nobody gets seen generically, organically anymore. Everyone has to be pre-authorized or something. All right, so let's get over to my screen and we're going to have a little look. Now, I am in the chat. You can chat with me in... we're on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. My Twitch name is ArtLabShane, so you can check that out there. But you can chat with us through Facebook or YouTube, and I will see that there. So thank you for joining us. Let's get on over to my other screen and have a little look. Alright, so here is what we've got. Now, I'm going to be working in Clip Studio, but you can work in whatever you would like. You can do this on a piece of paper. You can do this with your sketchbook. You can do it in your iPad. Or you can do it in Photoshop. Whatever gets you creative skills going. That's what we want. Alright, so let's have a little look here. Now, the one I saw was all brown. Looks the same as this, but all brown. It wasn't like this. It didn't have a different coloured head, which I think is what makes it a weasel. I could be wrong. Okay, but we'll find out more. Okay, there's some dead ones. Let's not have the dead ones. Yes, mine looked exactly like that. Look at that cute little nose. Looked like this. I don't know about the chin. I couldn't really see. He was quick, but it could have been a little white chin like this. Yeah, I think that's quite... He didn't look quite like this one. He looked a bit more like the other one. So we've got some character designs here, some paintings. It wasn't like this. That looks like AI anyway. I think it looks more like this one. But here is a chart I found of different types of minks, weasels. I believe they're all a weasel family. Now, if I had to pick one out of here... the one that I saw looked most like maybe this one or this one. Maybe this one, 55. But I don't think he had a white belly. He could have been muddy too, because it's pretty muddy down there. So it may be like this. It looks like this, but this looks like a ferret. No, it wasn't a ferret. Yes, it looks more like this. So that's a good pose there. So let's have a look through what we've got. There's a little bit of anatomy stuff. I just threw some things in there because I thought we might have a little look at how their body is put together. But here we go. This was a good one. The arm kind of muscle there with that 1, 2, 3, and then the hand. Their feet are quite interesting. He looked like this one. Apparently they're devastating for chickens. So I'm hoping he moved on. I don't think it was that big. Yes, and I believe the white ones are ermines. I could be wrong, but I did quite liked. Do you remember Pan? Does anybody remember Pan from the book series? I think it's a movie too, the Golden Compass movie. Okay, so I say the one I saw looked most like this little guy. Well, like this guy, but all brown. I guess like that. I don't see much white. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was a mink. Okay, look, there you go. He took out a rabbit. Apparently they're quite savage. I don't know why there's a tiger in there. Apparently they're quite savage and they're killers. But we can't really just burn them for being killers. We're also killers, aren't we? If you had a hamburger at any time this week, you also killed something. So, least weasel, stoat. That's another word that people use. Stoat, ermine, same thing. Interesting. Weasel, beech marten, and pine marten. I believe they're all related. I don't know why there's a squirrel here. Oh, that one looks adorable. That looks like AI. Okay, there's a nice drawing. Okay, it's not looking like we've got a lot of options here. We might have to get some more pictures. Okay, let's go back. That looks pretty gross. Let's get rid of that. But there's some anatomy stuff in there about the muscle. That one, I've seen that picture, I think, many times before. Let's keep going. I'm not finding anything great. Why is that so blurry? That one's not so great. Oh, wow. So here are something I wanted to have a look at, this all types of weasel. I think he looked more like this European mink or maybe this short-tailed weasel. It could have been possible. He did have a kind of a fat, chubby tail, or it could have been, yeah, I think it might be the mink. Because considering I've seen one before, there you go. They're a little bit smaller. Okay, let's go. That looks like him. Yeah, he was pretty much all brown, I think, like this guy. And like this guy. Look at that one. What's that one doing? That's pretty funny. I don't know why there's a wolf in here. That's pretty funny. Sideways mink. Okay. We might have to get another couple of pictures. That one could be useful. Alright, so let's put our good ones over the side here. Weasel. No, let's try mink. Let's get mink photography, and we will put these over here. I like that one there. That looks like... Alright. That's a good pose. Yep, I think that one is a good pose. We'll keep this one. We'll keep this one. Stop doing whatever that is. I like that one too. That's kind of like this is like the one I saw too. Okay. Now the one that I saw down by the lake was smaller. Alright, so let's see what we've got. I like this one, that looks pretty cute. That one looks pretty cute. And that one looks good. That's a good pose. Yeah, it's the one down by the lake was swimming. So I guess they can swim. Hopefully there's enough fish in the lake that they get fed well and they stay away from my chickens and my ducks. You can't see any of his cute little